August football is smoke. It does not count, yet it reveals. Tonight in Maryland, the Cincinnati Bengals walk into that smoke carrying fire, while the Washington Commanders guard their flame in shadow. This is the fracture line of preseason. Signal versus silence. Starters versus protection. Joe Burrow is not hiding. Last week against Philadelphia, he went 9 of 10 for 123 yards and 2 scores. That is not August softness. That is a franchise quarterback cutting through illusion, demanding sharpness now. With Jamar Chase and T. Higgins outside and Chase Brown taking lead in the backfield, this offense hums. But every fire leaves ash. The Bengals defense surrendered over 400 yards to Eagles reserves. Al Golden, their new coordinator, inherits a unit that bleeds yards. He must forge it into steel before September. Across from him, Jaden Daniels, the candle the Commanders refuse to expose to wind. No snaps in Week 1, and perhaps only a token series tonight. Behind him stands Josh Johnson, a veteran journeyman carrying August's burden. Washington has dressed the field with weapons. Deebo Samuel traded in, Austin Eckler signed, Terry McLaurin still nursing his way back. On paper, an arsenal. In reality, paper burns when the starter watches from the sideline. So the game is written in contrast. Cincinnati presses the accelerator. Washington taps the brakes. One team leans into fire. The other retreats into shadow. Our expected points projection places it at Bengals 24. Commanders 17, 41 total. Below the Vegas line of 43.5 and clearing the spread of 3.5 with room to breathe. And today's AI picks are Bengals, 3.5 at 110 as our primary strike, and the under 43.5 at 110 as the counterweight. Fire on one side, smoke on the other. 2 glyphs cast, 2 doors offered, agreement collapses, choice fractures. Will we cash or will we burn? That is the ritual. The gridiron smoke lingers, but the fire shifts now. Krista carries it onto the diamond where baseball waits.
Houston walks into Detroit beneath a late summer sky, 2 first-place clubs staring at the same mirror and seeing different truths. The Astros chase steadiness, the Tigers hunt separation. Comerica Park stretches wide, turning lazy flies into outs and honest line drives into damage. Tonight, the question is simple and cruel. Which starter blinks first? And who has the bullpen teeth to hold the line when the air gets thin? Begin with Spencer Arrighetti. The arm is live, the shape is lively, but the ledger is unforgiving. 1 win, 3 losses, a .638 earned run average in limited work, and a walks plus hits per inning pitched figure that says traffic is constant. His challenge is count control. When he starts behind, hitters sit on velocity and punish mistakes to the big parts of this park. When he starts ahead, the breaking ball plays up and the strikeout shows. Expect Houston to shorten the bridge, guard him from a third time through the order, and lean on the high strikeout bullpen if stress blooms. Across from him, Jack Flaherty brings veteran volume and the capacity to carry deeper. 6 wins, 12 losses, a 4.77 earned run average over 124 and 2/3 innings, and 1.31 walks plus hits per inning pitched tell a truer story. The stuff still bites, but rhythm decides everything. First pitch strikes unlock the slider, chases follow. Weak contact lives in the alleys. Fall behind, and barrels arrive. Detroit does not need dominance. It needs competence and length to reach the late innings with a lead that the lineup can extend. Now, the colors sharpen. Houston's bat to ball is among the league's best, yet run creation sits in the middle. Detroit scores more, slugs more, and feels the walls of this place. Momentum tilts Tigers, and the market nods, installing Detroit as rightful favorite. The Astros counter with strikeout power and relief. The Tigers answer with steadier production and home comfort. We collapse the noise into the cleanest edge, respecting variance while refusing to worship it. Stay sharp. The market whispers before it ever shouts. And today's AI pick is Tigers money line. Will we cash or will we burn? For Game 3, Rocco takes the mic and pulls the next matchup into the light. Bring your numbers. Bring your doubt. He will cut through both and show you the motive that moves the line.
Cleveland crosses the desert looking for a spark. Arizona waits at Chase Field with the roof closed. Two teams hovering around 500, two seasons tipping on the same fulcrum. The Guardians bring prevention and patience. The Diamondbacks bring bat speed and desert air. This is a night where a single pitch can tilt a month, and both starters know it before the first fastball leaves the hand tonight. Begin with Gavin Williams. The frame and the fuel are real. Mid-90s carry, a breaking ball that bites late, and enough swing and miss to clear an inning quickly when the sequence is clean. But the ledger warns about traffic. Walks grow innings, and long innings become early exits. The mission is first pitch strikes, elevated four-seamers above the hands, and a slider that finishes under the barrel. Get ahead, and Arizona's right-handed thump has to protect. Fall behind, and the count gives hitters choices. Now, Zach Gallen. The name carries weight and the arm still flashes, but this season has been a riddle with too many answers. Command drifts, misses leak arm side, and fly balls find daylight. The path back is simple, not easy. Reclaim strike one, steal a few with the curve, and keep the changeup off the fat of the plate. Arizona needs competence and 6 honest frames more than dominance. The bullpen is better when the phone rings later, not in the fourth. Offense decides the rest. Cleveland's run creation has been light, but contact discipline travels, and this park forgives good swings. Arizona's order lives in the extra base lane and punishes mistakes through the middle third. Add 2 starters with recent volatility, a hitter-friendly backdrop, and late-inning variance, and the number looks like a test the game intends to take. Pathways are clean. Cleveland manufactures with pressure and doubles. Arizona changes the math with one lift into the left center gap or a pull toward the bullpen porch. Collapse the noise. Pitching form points to intermittent stress. Both lineups have credible scoring routes, and leverage innings can balloon when the first walk shows up. Respect the venue, respect the market, and refuse to overthink what the tape keeps repeating. And today's AI pick is over 8.5. Will we cash or will we burn? Lilith, warm the room and bring the recap home.
The board is written, the dice already rolling, and I am here to gather the threads you've just watched unravel. 3 contests, 3 calls, stitched together in the cadence of our machine. You want the clarity? I'll give you the mirror, in every tongue we carry. First, the NFL dress rehearsal under Monday lights. Bengals against Commanders, a summer stage where backups still breathe fire and rosters fight for oxygen. We measured the line, we measured the pace, and the math spoke double. The edge on the spread sat clean. Cincinnati minus 3.5. And the tempo told us something quieter. An under 43.5 in a game shaped by depth and control. 2 picks drawn from one game, both rooted in the discipline of the formula, both aligned with the evidence. The question is never whether it looks pretty in August. The question is whether it holds true when the whistle blows. Second, baseball returned to center. Houston walked into Detroit, Arrighetti carrying volatility, Flaherty carrying wear, and the Tigers carrying momentum at home. We broke it down pitch by pitch, hit by hit, and pulled the sharpest edge from the fire. Tigers money line. Forget the chatter about runs or margins. The cleanest way to ride was simply Detroit to win. The numbers aligned, the market nodded, and we stood with the home side to protect its lead in the Central. Third, the desert. Guardians against Diamondbacks, Chase Field, swallowing sound. Gavin Williams and Zach Gallen both offering paths to chaos. Cleveland brings prevention, Arizona brings pop, and late innings bring variance. The total sat at 8.5, daring us to judge. We judged. Over. The bats will find daylight, the bullpens will bend, and 9 runs is not a ceiling, but a step on the ladder. So let me lay them out, clean and sharp, one more time in English. Bengals minus 3.5, under 43.5, Tigers money line, Guardians and Diamondbacks over 8.5. En español, Bengalíes menos 3.5. Debajo de 43.5. Tigres línea de dinero. Guardianes y Diamondbacks encima de 8.5. Like and subscribe. Will we cash or will we burn? Und der alte Satz flüstert im Dunkel. Wer nicht wagt, der nicht gewinnt. And the old saying whispers in the dark. He who dares not, wins not.